welcome back, guys, to another episode of KOG TV. Thanks for joining me here. Today, we're going to be celebrating one of the greatest RPG games of all times and one of my personal favorites, Chrono Trigger. Now, this wasn't just another retro game. This game was a defining moment in gaming history and for RPG games everywhere. And if you played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, to tell you the truth, I was literally right there when Chrono Trigger first dropped. I remember the box art, talking about it with my friends about how crazy the fact that there's all these endings to it, and really looking at it and being like, yeah, that kind of looks like Dragon Ball Z to me. And it was still awesome. Popping it in the first time and being pulled into that time traveling adventure, even back then, the game felt special. And you know what? Today, the game still feels that special. We're going to be taking a trip back in time and breaking down exactly what made Chrono Trigger the most legendary RPG game ever made. Alright, now let's look a little bit deeper into this. Now, who actually made this masterpiece? Chrono Trigger wasn't just any RPG. It was made by the best of the best as we know. Imagine if you took the greatest minds in RPG history and put them all in one room. Well, that's literally what Squaresoft did. You had Hironobu Sakaguchi, the mastermind behind the Final Fantasy series, Yuji Horii, the creator behind the Dragon Quest, and Akira Toriyama, the legend behind the Dragon Ball series. These weren't just random game developers. These were legends shaping the entire RPG genre. And when you put all of them in one room together, you don't just get a game, you make history. Now let's talk about what made Chrono Trigger's story so unforgettable. Now, this wasn't just another hero saves the world story. This was a time-traveling odyssey. Every choice you made, every battle you fought, every character you met, it all had consequences. One moment you were fighting dinosaurs in a prehistoric age, and the next you were in a dissolute future where humanity is barely surviving. The game didn't just let you travel through time. It made you feel the weight of your actions across history. And now let's talk a little about the cast of characters. Now you had the silent protagonist with the heart of gold, Chrono. Marley was the rebellious princess with a cause. Luca, the genius inventor that literally changed history. And of course, Frog, Robo, and Magus. And Frog was definitely one of my favorites. Every single character had depth, a backstory, and personal struggles that felt real. The writing was literally top tier, and for a game in the 90s, it was groundbreaking storytelling and gameplay. Alright guys, now let's talk about the gameplay mechanics a little bit, because Chrono Trigger was really a revolution. And if you played RPGs before that, you were used to random encounters. You walk around a little bit, your screen would flash all of a sudden, and then you're in a battle. Chrono Trigger said, we're going to throw that out the window. They're going to make battles seamless. The Active Time Battle 2.0 system made fights fast, engaging, and dynamic. You could see enemies before engaging them, and you had positioning mechanics, combo attacks, and special team-up moves. That made battles feel so much more alive. In the dual and triple attacks, those things were absolutely legendary. Every time you unlocked a new one, it felt like you discovered a new secret weapon. And I gotta mention that the pacing of the game really was great. It respected your time. You never felt too stuck, grinding away for hours not getting anywhere. Everything flowed nice and smoothly. That's something that a lot of modern RPG games still don't get today. Alright, now let's get it real. Chrono Trigger wasn't just a great game, it was a game changer. It set the bar so high that honestly, even RPGs today still struggle to surpass it. Games like Persona, Octopath, and even modern day Final Fantasies still borrow things that Chrono Trigger first introduced. Mechanics like non-linear storytelling, multiple endings, and seamless battles. These were revolutionary ideas in the 90s, and they're still being used today. This game didn't just inspire future RPGs, it redefined what an RPG could be. Alright guys, now this is the big question that a lot of people are having. Will there ever be a Chrono Trigger remake or remaster? Because to be honest, I think we could really use it. Now with Square Enix remaking classics like Final Fantasy VII and Alive, Chrono Trigger really seems like a no-brainer. But will it be like a 2D HD like Octopath Traveler, or a full remake like Final Fantasy VII Remake? Or something in between? That's the real debate that people are having. Some fans say it should be left untouched, while others say we deserve to see this game reborn with modern technology. Now, personally, I think we could do both. I've always never really understood why they would do one or the other when it would probably take so little effort to do like a HD remake of some of these older games and to just give them crisp skins and keep the game the exact same way, but just crisp up all the skins. And then if people do really want like a remaster with like the technology that we have with the rendering and stuff, then do that as well. But I feel like if you're gonna do that, you don't want to keep the story exactly the same, or you don't want to do it exactly the same as the old one. You want to kind of add something new to it and fresh and like get people surprised. But with the old one, it would just be nice to play through with really like super HD crisp over 2D. And I really think that I know they had one for Final Fantasy VII. I think I've seen it before, but I wish it was a little bit more accessible. So that's all. That's always debate right there. But that's my thing. It's like, I don't know, do both, because it shouldn't really be too hard to do like just a 2D HD. The big project will be like the big 3D, rendering, new story, new voices if there wasn't any, and stuff like that. But doing a 2D HD would be great, because that would really introduce an old generation to one of the greatest RPGs that was ever made and ever out, and really, really great. And then it's always nice too when you get those games where you can like do a thing and turn the graphics back to what it looked like old school, or you could hit the thing and then put it back to like the new crisp, because some people still like the look and the rustic look. So yeah, that's something that I love to hear you guys discuss in the comments there. So please leave something in the comments if you're watching this. And I'm going to always keep letting you guys know that I'm super into doing my own art and stuff like that. So with each one of these, similar to this, like this Chrono Trigger one, I will be dropping my own art. It'll be on my Facebook page and my website, or not my website because I don't have that up and running yet, but like my Facebook page and YouTube. And then I got an Etsy account, and I got a couple things, and I'll drop links in the description here. And then I want you guys to be able to access my art for free, or for I mean, I really don't know. I don't want people to have to just pay to see my art, but I will be doing like merchandise and putting it on stuff like that. And any purchases of that will be great. It'll help me keep doing my show and keep trying to build this up the way that I'm trying to. So thank you once again for joining me here, and I'll see you guys next episode or next mission. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.